We're getting a little bit of pain control in the weather department. This humidity that's dying down a bit.
Yes, sure, man. That is the name of the game today. Humidity levels much lower than they've been in days past. In fact, we've had dew points that measure how much water vapor is in the air, up around 75, even pushing 80 degrees over the last couple of weeks, if not arguably months, making it feel muggy every day. And today, finally, catching a break despite our high of 95 degrees. Those dew points only in the 60s, so our relative humidity values will resemble that of a San Antonio summer afternoon as opposed to a Houston summer afternoon. 89 degrees by 8 p.m. All in all, a pleasant day today. Let's enjoy it, even though it's hot outside. We've seen worse, certainly. 90 right now in Sugar Land, 85 in Tomball, 89 checking in there in Angleton. Let's talk about those dew points. Still a little bit muggy once you get down toward Palacios and Matagorda County with 74 the dew point, but here in Houston, mid-60s, upper 50s in Columbus. Some of the drier air yet still mixing down, so this afternoon wouldn't be surprised if we saw dew points in the 50s. All that means our relative humidity values will be at like 30% this afternoon. It's going to be fantastic. So going from that instant sweat dew point around 80 to the comfortable dew points around 60, if not invigorating. And how many times have you ever heard 95 degrees described as invigorating? Well, after the humidity we've endured, it will be. And then there's this, Tropical Storm Emily. This thing popped up by complete surprise. It is the subject of my blog today. You've got to check it out at KHOU.com in the weather section. I've also got a link to it on my Twitter and Facebook page. A surprise because it was a forecast to be 40% chance, that was the Hurricane Center forecast, of developing in the next 48 hours. A lot of folks saying it wouldn't because it was going to track over land, but instead it did. It developed right offshore of Tampa Bay and had made landfall there before the mid-morning talk shows. Forecast to drift east into the Atlantic as a tropical storm on satellite right now. This thing formed on the same cold front that brought us the drier air today. And here it is on satellite. Here's a GOES 16 depiction of the circulation, very tight, but a reminder that we here in Houston need to watch out for these late season cold fronts, or early season cold fronts, or out of season cold fronts, whatever you call it. Whenever there's a front in the Gulf during the tropical season, you can have tropical storms spin up like that. Some of the computer models say we may see another tropical system in the Gulf in about 10 days from now. Here's a look at where this thing's located, right over Manatee County, Florida. That's near the Bradenton area. Here's a look down the coast, Marco Island. Just off the map there, Marco Island near Naples, picking up squalls from this system. Not exactly the best beach day to be in the Sunshine State, but thankfully for folks there and for interest in that region, like here in Tampa, this is mainly a rainfall event, not so much a wind event. It simply won't have enough time to develop. But here in Houston, things are beautiful. Sunshine and 85 at Space Center Houston. We certainly are on the right side of the Gulf of Mexico this day. Look for 95 by 3 o'clock this afternoon and 80 by midnight, so a slow cool down. Tomorrow we're going to have showers developing, by the way. Heads up on that. It's the beginning of a rainy pattern which could bring up to 2 inches, maybe 3 in spots to our region by the end of this week. So Sherman, from dry, beautiful, low humidity over the next day or so to a likely chance for some heavy storms, at least temperatures will be a little bit cooler thanks to the cloud cover.
All right, enjoy what we got when we got it.
You got it.
Thank you, Brooks.